Paint drying. In the quiet corner of a sunlit room where time seemed to linger with the patience of an old oak tree, there sat a canvas, fresh, white, and virgin to the world's colors. This canvas was perched on an easel, and before it a palette of paints, each color a universe of possibilities, waited. But today the painter was absent, called away by the duties of the mundane world, leaving behind a single solitary drop of paint, a vibrant azure blue, the color of midsummer sky. The drop of paint, trembling on the edge of the palette, decided to leap. It fell in slow motion, a tiny comet in the microcosm of the room, and landed on the canvas with a whisper so soft it was almost silent. Here began the story of paint drying, a tale of transformation, patience, and the subtle magic of time. Initially, the blue spread out like a nebula, forming a perfect circle, its edges crisp and defined. The room was still, save for the occasional dance of dust motes and the shafts of sunlight that pierced through the half-closed blinds. The paint, thick and glossy, reflected back the light, a small mirror to the room's tranquility. But as the minutes ticked away, the paint began to change. The edges of the blue circle softened, a sign of the paint's journey from liquid to solid. It was as if the paint was breathing, exhaling its watery essence into the air, leaving behind a matte finish, the color deepening, growing, richer, like the sky at twilight. Around the edges, a subtle gradient formed, a halo of a lighter blue, where the paint had thinned and the canvas subtly reclaimed its territory. But the story of drying paint is not merely a tale of evaporation, it's one of interaction. The canvas, once merely a passive recipient, now began to assert its texture. The weave of the fabric beneath the paint began to show through, creating a landscape of tiny hills and valleys, each one holding a slight variation of the blue, a geographical map of color. Time marched on, and with each second the paint's surface grew more matte, less reflective. The room's quiet was punctuated by the occasional creak of the house settling, or the distant hum of life outside, but within this space the paint was the protagonist, undergoing its slow, meticulous alchemy. As the afternoon waned, the light in the room changed, casting different shadows across the drying paint. What was once a bright, almost electric blue now seemed to take on the hues of the evening sky, the paint no longer just drying, but maturing, aging like fine wine. Finally, as the last rays of sunlight faded, leaving the room in a gentle dusk, the paint was dry. No longer was it a glossy, vibrant blob, but a nuanced patch of color, a testament to the passage of time, to the silent yet relentless process of transformation. This piece of canvas, now adorned with a simple blue circle, had become more than just a surface. It had become a record of patience, a canvas of time itself, where every brush stroke of light, every subtle shift in humidity, had played its part in the story of paint drying.